It's Nolan.
Activate beast mode, I just hit cheat code. Gotta say his niggas want Rico. Ayy, I was on TiVo, green dot reload. About to touch that like Tizo. Ayy, stunning like Steve-O, simple like free throw. Juice A color like Nigo. Ayy, whip got soup like miso. Ayy, nigga take L like default. Riding through the city, no gas. I be floating on the track, no rail. Okay. Never did art. I just need cheese for the craft for front. I don't put it on tab. Never tell move smart. Hollywood to school with your dad. Now they got me saying rules in the class. I'm just trying to do my part. Nigga walk smooth like Shaft. Wanna see me come through for the bad. I got my 808 dumping when I'm cruising through the street. We surviving niggas riding, hit the spot like 10 deep. I need my squad on my back. We ain't no game, but they my peeps. I need like 20K at least. I'm just trying to keep the peace. Okay, I did it before, do it again. Got me get temperature, moving my pen. Niggas be talking about family with money involved when it's not. Niggas going to win. Roll with the punches, I took it to chin. Back to the city, I'm booking the vans. Get you and your friends, just like a smoothie we blend. She came with the juice and the gin. Ay, something nigga with another swag. Drag these niggas like a bowling bag. Got the soul like all I know. Always with my brothers like Hall and Nash. Label gave that nigga $1 million and they probably never made a quarterback. Big facts like the Almanac. Rappers hating, now they want an autograph. My 808 dumping when I'm cruising through the street. We surviving niggas riding, hit the spot like 10 deep. I need my squad on my back. We ain't no game, but they my peeps. I need like 20K at least. I'm just trying to keep the peace.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music and entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. As y'all can see in the thumbnail here, we're going to be talking about Ice Spice and her alleged former friend, Baby Storme. They, I guess, had some sort of recent fallout, and Baby Storme has taken to Twitter to come out and just start airing out everything that she can about Ice Spice to bring her down. Now, Ice is not the only one on her board of people to try to knock down. She came out spewing vitriol at Ice Spice, Nicki Minaj, Lil Nas X, Billie Eilish, and it looks like even as much as today, she's coming out dishing on Taylor Swift and anyone she possibly can in the music industry. Now, before I really get into this incident between Ice Spice and this young lady, Baby Storme, I want to catch y'all up to speed on what I know about this young lady. I've covered her on my channel before, and I hate to say it, but it was not for positive reasons, all right? We're going to state the obvious because in some of her tweets to come, she's going to mention a situation about a flash mob at Target. And she makes it seem like people are mad at her about this flash mob at Target because it was an innocent thing. However, this was a situation where she actually was basically working under the guise of false racism, right? She had set up a flash mob at this Target in her area where her and her friends stormed into the place or just was doing like a music video and kind of taking over the fucking Target. But it was during the time when they were trying to close the store. So they were pretty frustrated that this large group of people came in there disrupting their peace as they were trying to close down. The security came, workers in the store came. They tried to be very peaceful with them. There was a whole video ordeal that played out. Like I said, I covered this in about a year ago. They got kicked out. She all of a sudden starts crying racism, saying that if she were a white girl, they would have never kicked her out. But flash mobs of all types, of all races, can get shut the fuck down. So, you know, it's been a while since I've even heard about like a legit flash mob, but she was one that tried to revive that game, played a stupid game, won a stupid prize. Nobody wants you disrupting their peace, especially as they trying to go the fuck home from work. So we're going to get into that, and then we're going to get into her incident with Ice Spice and all of the other bullshit going on. So, like I stated, last year around, what was that, August, she got shut down by who she claimed was the police. It was really just a security guard and some goddamn employees. She had a bunch of folks with her in the store. She was shooting a music video for this song called "The City Is a Graveyard." This song is significant because she's also accusing Lil Nas X of stealing her swag from the look that she had in this video, and I guess the music video that ended up coming out afterwards. So it was kind of like a Thriller march or whatever they had going on. But again, she claimed it was racist. So you could pretty much see that she does these things for clout. She's trying to use negative stories to jump off her career to generate interest into her music. I think her music is ass, but the aesthetic that she seems to be going for is like the Black Lady Gaga. That's the best way I could describe it. Is Black Lady Gaga appeal. So on Twitter, when she went about putting this story out, she says, this racist Target employee called the police on us for dancing. So we danced anyway, right? She said, we went while there was no one in the store, had police called on us, and were a safety violation before we even entered the building. Y'all can never bully me into thinking I don't know what racism is. How could you ever be called a safety violation before entering the building and they still let your ass in, right? This is the type of shit that this young lady does to try to gain attention on social media. Now, there were I'm about to say social security. There were two security guards who walked up to them in the video. The original video that she posted of this incident has been taken down offline, or at least off of her YouTube page, so I can't pull it up. But they be doing lame shit, right? That's the way that we basically describe it. She's known for doing lame shit. When they were asked to stop, when you're in a public place and somebody asks you to stop, like if you go in there and you start shooting the video and y'all dancing and nobody bothers y'all, cool, it's fair game. Somebody comes up to you and says, hey, you can't do that in here. You're supposed to be like, I bet I'll take this shit elsewhere. Nah, they didn't want to give up. They wanted to keep shooting their video. They wanted to do what the fuck they wanted to do. Another security person comes up and they make a, even bigger scene because they just want to be unruly and get this video done. Now, a year before that, right? A year before that, she said she was racially profiled at Citibank. Okay? So she's got two infractions of going on social media, trying to garner attention for herself off of the guise of claiming racism when that's not what was going on. Right? So in this story, they say a black TikToker said she was racially profiled at LA Citibank, and now her videos have been watched over 33 million times. You know what I mean? They say that she was accusing the bank of not accepting a $30,000 check that she was trying to deposit because she was black. So that happened March 23rd, 2002. She said her father gave her a check to pay her entire year of rent off. She said when she tried to deposit the money, employees immediately confiscated her check and later called police. These videos have also been removed from TikTok. So she does these things. She gets people talking about her. Eventually, the stuff comes down like it never happened. But she still has the same character, the same shit going on, which is why when I saw her, when I saw this story come through and I saw who it was, I was like, oh shit, the ultimate clout chaser is right back at it. Right? So she claimed that she was going to sue Citibank. I don't think that lawsuit ever went through. But she gained millions of views off of these complaints. Right? So we're not going to spend too much time on her. She's attention deprived, so I don't mind talking about it because this is what she actually wants, is for people to say her name. And here we are. Now let's get to the main event of what Miss Baby Storm has going on. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen with y'all. So just give me a moment here. So boom, she shows a picture of her and Ice Spice, and she says the next person to be exposed will be my ex-best friend Isis, or as y'all know her, Ice Spice. Right? The people laughing at me now will be the ones crying later. I've been quiet for too long. I will finally speak my truth. So number one, she comes out and she shows this clip of looks like Cleotrapa, who's friends with Ice Spice, or at least I don't know. They claim to be friends, but it seemed like Cleotrapa also had some issues with Ice Spice earlier this year that people were trying to come between them on. She said Ice Spice doesn't really support her, all these things. I don't know what y'all expect her to do. She's a brand new artist. She don't have no label of her own. She finds herself, hanging out with y'all. I think she tweets out some of y'all music. I don't know. I know she's definitely done that for Cleo, not so much Baby Storm. I don't even know if I would call her and Baby Storm friends because I don't know. They have a couple photos together, so I guess that would prove something to somebody, not me. But she comes out and says, this is Cleo, the girl she chose to be her best friend to the public, right? When in reality, it was me behind the scenes. Cleo and her are not really best friends. Isis has always hated Cleo, but she used her so she could appear closer to blackness. Now, I find that to be quite interesting because you black, but you called, well, we'll get there. She tried to call Ice Spice colorist in another piece later, but at this moment, she says that she chose to befriend this girl to get closer to blackness, but Ice Spice is from the Bronx. I don't know how much blacker you can fucking get over there in BX, but maybe I'm off. Maybe Ice Spice was born in a Starbucks or something. Oh man. She also lied about being Nigerian. She stole that from me. So this young lady, Baby Storm, is claiming Ice Spice stole the Nigerian narrative from her, which I find to be very weird. All right. But here's the clip of Cleotrapa saying that she doubts Ice Spice is half Nigerian and she never knew. It's a weird thing to say about your friend, though.
So Ice Spice is also Nigerian.
I didn't know. I seen her tweet though, but I didn't know.
Really? How close are y'all?
She never told me that though.
Really?
I was kind of confused too when she tweeted that. I'm like, did she tell me?
She's half.
She told me her best friend was. I remember when I was talking about me being Nigerian. She was like, yeah, my best friend's Nigerian. But I mean, if she's Nigerian, then period.
Okay, so she's trying to use this little clip for something. I mean, clearly Cleotrapa hasn't met Ice's parents to know what the fuck she is. And y'all know I've talked about Ice Spice on this channel. I'm not a big fan of her music. I don't give a fuck too much. But for me, it's just like, how do you expect to know everything about somebody that you're so-called friends with and y'all only have like a musical relationship due to your locality and stuff like that, right? Like, for me, and I can only speak for myself, but I'm mixed with a whole load of shit, right? So I tell people I'm black. I don't like to go into all of the specifics. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? That's me personally. I'm black. You know what I mean? But I also have Filipino in me. I don't know anything about the culture really other than what I've seen. I know about the Pinoy and stuff like that. And I know that I've met other Filipino people that are closer to the culture, but I'm not, right? Somewhere down the line, there's some Mexican, some Indian in my bloodline. I don't talk about that shit because I wasn't raised in it. And it just doesn't mean all that much to me. My experience as a man in this world since a kid has been of a black child, right? Niggas always used to try to talk, oh, what you mix with? I didn't know. So hey, I'm black. Leave me the fuck alone. So I can understand if that's not exactly Ice Spice's identity to her friends is to tell them everything that she's got in her, um, you know, nationality, ethnicity, and all that good stuff. But I guess Baby Storm is the best friend, could possibly be, that Cleo was talking about. She said her best friend was Nigerian. But moving forward, somebody said something to Baby Storm. I don't have the original post here because they're trying to limit them. But her response to this person says, because unfortunately I thought she was a real friend. I've known her since we were 13. We went to the same grade school and high school, Sacred Heart in Yonkers, New York. We met in 8th grade. She was my high school bully. Interesting. I forgave her after high school because she apologized for bullying. I find that to be very interesting. She only tried to rekindle with me when I started doing music and got some motion. She used my connections and resources to make her way to the top and pretended to be my friend. She forced everyone in her life to sign an NDA, including me, but the only person I'm signed to is God, so I will speak the truth. Now, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Do y'all feel like there's some validity to this? I don't know Ice Spice. I don't know if she has bully characteristics. If y'all believe that, she could. She could have been a fucking asshole in school if she knew this girl for real. So now she goes on to expose some text messages. So she texts Ice's second phone saying, I noticed today that you refollowed Lucy. Out of curiosity, I clicked her page. She was public. I clicked on a random pic and the first comment I saw was yours. The last time I spoke to you about Lucy, you told me that you and her met up once and rekindled, but that was all. A few months later, you said she only sends you memes sometimes. But I know the reality is you guys are friends again, which I don't understand. I wonder what the impact of Ice becoming friends again with this Lucy girl means to her, right? This message is long overdue because despite everything you've done, I genuinely wanted to believe you were a real friend, but the reality is you are not one, have never been one, and will never be one. You and I were not close in high school because you were a bully. You know, I don't know how you know, young women in their, I guess, 20, 21, 22, 23 phase. I don't know how y'all interact with each other because I have never been in your shoes when it comes to you and your friends. I know we've got plenty of women that view this channel and chime in the comments and stuff. Do you feel like this is a conversation that you've had with one of your friends during those time periods in life where you say, I thought you were my friend, but you're not? You were my bully in high school? Who says that? I don't know. I know some kids have different emotional development than others, but it just seems odd. That's all I can say, right? You knew you stole my quote-unquote best friend, LOL, and took every opportunity you could to throw it in my face and laugh. You knew it genuinely hurt me, but you're a person who genuinely takes pleasure in other people's pain. I moved on and left all of you behind. Then in 2019, you reached out to me after I started pursuing my music career. You reposted the song on your story. I was surprised at the time to see it coming from you. Lucy also reached out to me trying to quote-unquote support all of a sudden. As for Lucy, I knew it was fake. But I now realize that for the both of you. You only supported me at the time just in case, but again, I wanted to believe it was real. In that same conversation, you told me you wanted to pursue music. I supported you and told you that you should. In January of 2021, my first song went viral. You reached out to me after that and planned for us to hang out. At that point, I hadn't seen you in 5 years. I drove to EJ's house to pick you up, and one of the first things you said when you got in my car. Again, why the fuck would I be detailing every element and every notation of our friendship as if a motherfucker don't know? It looked to me like you trying to lay this out for social media, because if that's your friend or somebody you called a friend or somebody you rekindled friendship with, she should know the story just as well as you do. You shouldn't have to remind her that much about how y'all came to be. Just seems odd to me. Y'all let me know though. Right? Getting back to the music shit. I drove to EJ's house to pick you up, and one of the first things you said when you got into my car was also, I'm sorry if I was a bitch in high school. I said it's okay. Then we met to get lunch. On our way there, you told me you stopped being friends with her years ago. So clearly, Ice being cool with this Lucy girl is an issue to Miss Baby Storm, if any of this story is even true. You spent the whole car ride talking about how fake Lucy was and all these reasons why you stopped being friends with her. Before we went in, I had a Zoom call with Alamo. I wasn't interested since it's a hip-hop label, but told them about you on the phone. Okay, so now here we are. She's alleging that labels were interested in signing her. Alamo Records is like a, I wouldn't call them an independent label, but they're a smaller label under the Sony umbrella. And they're primarily a hip-hop label. They have people like Lil Durk, Rod Wave, those types of artists, right? So she says, I wasn't interested since it's a hip-hop label. But again, this seems very interesting to me that you would be outlining all of the things that a person already knows about your relationship via text message. Cappy? I don't know. You were only friends with me at the time because you saw my motion and wanted to be acquainted. You pretended to be a real friend, but again, I didn't want to believe otherwise. A few months later, I moved to California. I told you that you were always welcome to visit. You texted me one day and asked if you could stay with me as a favor. I said yes. I happily opened up my home to you. When I found out you came with EJ, but left him to sleep on the floor of Jordan's apartment while you were comfortably staying at my place, I opened up my home to him as well. Again, reminders of shit that already went down. Someone I didn't even know at the time. I let you both stay with me for 2 weeks. Within that time, you pretended to be a friend. You accidentally let it slip out that you, Lucy, and Treya all went to egg my house. So she's claiming now that Ice Spice and these other people egged her crib. Oh boy. Where does this pick off? But you said you were coming clean, quote unquote. At that time, I was on okay terms with Lucy until you told me what had happened and I cut ties with her for good. So Ice Spice allegedly came clean and let it be known, hey, we egged your house even though you've been letting me sleep in your shit for 2 weeks. And you ain't put no hands, feet, frying pan, baseball bat, or nothing to not a single soul. Everybody ain't built like that, but goddamn, come on, you supposed to be from New York. Thank God. You even spoke to my mom about the situation, making it seem like it was all her and not you. For years, you told me you could never be friends with Lucy again because of the person she was. But the truth is, you belong together. I want to make it clear that you are not my friend, and when the time comes, I will expose to the world the real person you truly are. Count your days. All right? Now, we don't have timestamps on the exact date that these text messages were sent. So who knows? Who knows when she sent this reminder of their friendship and warning to Ice Spice. Somebody then comes out the fucking woodwork talking about, was she ever colorist? That's something many people have wanted to know about her. She erased most of her tweets from before 2020. She says yes. She then links some more text messages. Let's look at them. Ice's second phone. This is September 17th. I'm assuming of last year, but we don't know. It says here, but then she'll be like, I'm dark skinned, so I always have to work harder than everyone. She put like a sigh face and a gun. I don't know. Some girl on Twitter stooped low, so I went to hell. her second to last. So I don't see all of these responses that she's talking about. I'm guessing this is Cleo. I mean, not Cleo, but Baby Storm responding. She says, this is actually true, but only partially. She says, I hate the song. Like, actually, I didn't like it when I first heard it either. I think it's annoying, but her team did a lot to push it. We don't know what song she's talking about or who they're talking about in this I'm dark skinned, so I always have to work harder than everyone narrative. She could possibly be talking about Cleo, but I don't know. They even emailed me asking to post it. I ignored it, of course, but still, she has better songs, honestly, but still no fan base. So she says, which I understand, but let's not act like she not one of those chosen dark skins, because she does benefit from pretty privilege still, and for being skinny. Booty Drop. Who came out with a song called Booty Drop? Wasn't that Doechii? Didn't Doechii come out with a song called Booty Drop? Am I tripping? Oh shit! Don't tell me Ice Spice out here hating on Doechii. Booty Drop came out in August of last year. I don't know, y'all. Never even known Doechii to be on Ice Spice's radar like that, but they are in the industry. They are, somewhat peers. They came in around the same time, even though Ice Spice blew up much quicker. So they're making it seem, or at least Baby Storm is making it seem like, wow, I don't know. That sounds crazy to me. Don't tell me Doechii out here catching strays. We not standing for that. Right? Especially when you talk about being skinny. I don't know. But she says booty drop. I don't know. That's just a random text. I don't know if this falls into the same conversation, but that seems odd to me. Furthermore, they say, do they offer to pay you when they ask you to promote other people's music? So I guess Ice Spice is asking Baby Storm if she gets paid when people ask her to promote other folks' music. I don't see how this is necessarily colorist, more so than her perhaps pointing out somebody. I'm not going to say that bullseye was aimed at Doechii, but somebody that they both know, a mutual of theirs, comes out and tells the I have a harder time because I'm dark-skinned story. Ice Spice ain't jacking it. But I don't know if that's necessarily colorist or if she knows information about somebody that's like, maybe you just not getting there because you ain't fly like that. Maybe it's not about your skin color. She says whoever this was still benefits from pretty privilege and skinny privilege. Wow. Baby Storm comes back. She says she is also fat phobic and many other things. And by the way, I'm only telling you guys about 1% of it. Believe it or not, this is nothing. Peep, shea butter community. She is referring to dark skins, okay? So now she's trying to double down on the fact that Ice Spice is allegedly a colorist. We have more text here. So here we go. And fat phobic. She says, LMFAO, like I wish I could fight that wide bitch. Now, I don't know if that statement is fat phobic. These are comments that a lot of people make, especially these ladies in the music industry. When they got a problem with somebody, they definitely ain't got no problem calling somebody wide, fat, big back. You know what I mean? Whatever they could say that's hurtful. So I'm not going to say that these are fat phobic comments so much as probably things that y'all say amongst each other in y'all crew any fucking way. But now you want to put it on blast and craft a narrative. That's all I'm saying. She says, I usually don't respond to people, but how are you going to make a whole graph and on top of that mention Down syndrome? Like, bitch, I hope all them kids you have be born with. I don't know who the fuck they're talking about. And that's another thing that I don't like about this Baby Storm girl. She's putting all of these damning texts out. But what were you saying? How were you contributing to the conversation? And who are y'all talking about for us to even know who she's commenting on or the situation at hand as to why she feels how she feels about certain people. You can't just put this in a vacuum and say that this person is that because they have things to say about a specific person. I just don't see it that way. Some people out there are cool with just putting that on somebody badge, like, oh, you said this, and without knowing any further context, you get labeled as a colorist, you get labeled as fat phobic, you get labeled as whatever. I think we need a little bit more context, a little bit more information before you can label somebody these types of things. That's just me, though. She comes back and says, acting like they know you in real life. We're just human and everybody has their breaking point. So you're supporting her in this at the time, but all of a sudden it's a problem. She says, for real, but people think they can play with me all day. This is allegedly Ice Spice saying that. Baby Storm says, that's why I'd rather be like a Doja. I'll happily tell everyone to go to hell. I don't care. The alleged Ice says, the Shea Butter Twitter community praying on my downfall. Same, and I'll go with them. Now, again, we don't know if that is specifically aimed at dark-skinned women or dark-skinned people, the Shea Butter Twitter community, or if she's talking about so-called woke Twitter community, because all of that falls under the same type of umbrella, just like, what's the shit? The Hotep shit, the Shea Butter, the coconut oil motherfuckers. People say these things all the time and they lump multiple groups of people into the same thing. So I don't know for sure that she's saying that's referring to dark skins. And for people that just view this and believe what Baby Storm is saying off rip, you can take it that way, but I'm just trying to gain understanding. And I'm still wondering if this is real. Okay? Now, Lottie Day, I think if you've spent any time on Twitter, especially Black Twitter, you've seen her. She's actually a really cool person. Although she does take her time to get in everybody's tweets, she likes to, keep her face out there. That's one of her marketing schemes, and she's a marketer in the music industry. But she says, girl, don't take all this to the internet. These people don't care about you or your well-being. They just want drama. Address this with people you trust, who love you and want the best for you. Baby Storm says, I know they don't, but I don't care. Because I'm actually a good person. And when the shit hits the fan, she ain't still a fan. No, I'm playing. No one will be able to say I didn't warn you guys. As I said before, the people laughing at me now will be the same ones crying later, so let them laugh. Furthermore, she says, I don't know Cleo's Twitter to tag her. I almost called her Clitter. Ain't that about a bitch? She says, I don't know Cleo's Twitter to tag her, but I know she'll see this. Cleo always knew Isis wasn't a real friend. She may not want to speak up now, but she knows, and Cleo is Nigerian as well. This is a text thread, I guess, for Ice Spice's primary phone. She says, we'll probably end up getting Chick-fil-A. Exactly. And me either, to be honest, we need a chill day. Okay, so studio, then Chick-fil-A, back to your hotel. And what time am I getting there is too good to the studio, I mean. Ice allegedly says, yeah, text me before you come to make sure I'm still there. She says, okay, sounds good. I'll see you later. Please hurry before Cleo lands. She says, LMAO, okay. Then she puts a teapot. Okay, got it. So, again, this could definitely be Ice Spice. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it is or not, but based on what she's putting here, she says, please hurry to the studio before Cleo lands, because she want to talk, and she puts tea, like I got tea to spill about her before she gets here. So she's claiming that Ice be hating on homegirl behind her back. Again, I don't know. I can only go off of what's here and our own discernment here. All right. Now, EJ, who was referenced earlier in these threads, is Riot, her producer and boyfriend since 2019. Now, she's outing what a lot of people have already been thinking and or wondering, like, who is Riot to Ice Spice? Is that your nigga? Is that your gay homie? Like, who is homie? Well, Baby Storm says Riot is her producer and boyfriend since 2019. He was the real mastermind behind her career and the one who pushed her to rap. She cheated on him with TJ. Now, if y'all don't know who TJ is, there's a rapper out in New York named Lil TJ. His life was almost ended a couple years ago. Got shot up. He has a song with J. Cole and his artist Boss. And he's got some other stuff. He's in the drill scene or whatever. So she says that Ice Spice got her cheeks clapped by TJ while being in a relationship with her producer Riot. Then she says she rapped about it on their song together. If you don't believe me, just go back and read the lyrics to Gangsta Boo, but this time read carefully. They were talking about him. She knows no loyalty, not even to the only person who's always been there for her, Riot. Now, this is interesting. Y'all gonna make me have to look up this girl lyrics, and we know how trash her lyrics is, but I might have to do it. Here we go. Ice Spice says a baddie gonna get what she likes. So what's your sign? Cause I like you. Got a place we can stay for the night, but I'm too shy to invite you. You got a gangster vibe, and I want a gangster boo, one of a dangerous kind. I'm trying to see how a gangster move. So I'm guessing that this young lady is saying all of these lyrics were dedicated to Lil TJ, who's also on the record. She says, he never worried about no exes, all on my body, I'm the bestest. Diamonds keep dancing on my necklace. Bitches stay mad just like the rest is. On Fordham, my drip was the same. Hit up Benny when I need a chain. Made it out soon as I got fame. Walking past and they yelling my name. Damn. Like they going good. What? Like they going cool. I'm a fan, but I'm keeping my cool. And I like it when you call me boo. Bae, I just do. What? Bae, I just want to do what you do. Fuck your thoughts. I'm taking a spot. Bitches know that I am what they not. I'm gonna help you get back at the ops. Now that could be dedicated to Lil TJ, because remember I told y'all he got riddled with bullets, saying I'm gonna help you get back at the ops. She says, babe, can I come when you spinning a block? And I swear that you be on my mind. Yeah, I'm lit, but for you I'll make time. Niggas waiting, you skipping the line. I was debating on making you mine. And you fly, I could tell by your belt. And you make the cards you was dealt. By my side, then you taking no L. He all like, damn, ice making me melt. Got a man, but I hope you don't care. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hold on. Hold the fuck on. This girl might be on to something, y'all.
No, nigga. No, nigga. No.
Ah, shit. Y'all got me fucked up out here. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Got a man, but I hope you don't care. When I'm with him, I wish you was there. Taking that risk, baby, you know I'm not scared. What he think? He knows shit isn't fair. Wow. Baby Storme said this verse is dedicated to Lil TJ, saying, this nigga produced the record. This nigga with me all the time. But I'm sliding with you. Damn. Damn, Gina. She say, flexing together, I know we get better. We stay hot, it don't matter the weather. His bitch is mad that he getting me wetter. Damn, I ain't feel this way in forever. Grrrl. She say, read carefully. Goes into some more shit. Says, so she sent Riot a text. ISIS cheated on you with TJ in 2022 and lied to your face about it. She then had the audacity to sing about it on Gangsta Boo, the song you produced. Now, again, let's be clear. We don't know these phone numbers to be text to these actual people. You can label anyone whatever the fuck you want in your phone. So these could be texts sent to any old random Joe and she just changed the name. I'm not saying that that's what she did. I'm just putting it out there that this is very possible. But she says, the song you produced, ask her about it. She was in love with him for almost a year. I'm sorry. It happened the night she slept in TJ's bed while you were in the house. So she slept in the nigga bed while this nigga was in the crib with all of them, and she got scratched. This is all alleged. Right? She says, Riot was the mastermind behind everything. Riot is the one whose dad is DJ Enough. Y'all know DJ Enough from Hot 97, legendary DJ, especially from the late 90s, early 2000s. DJ Enough was around with the Clues, Biggies, you know what I mean, the Funk Flexes. He was of that era, heavy hitters, sucker. Y'all might not be old enough, some of y'all, but that's Riot's daddy. Furthermore, she says, Isis did everything in her power to make sure my career would never take off. She did everything you could possibly think of and more, but I'm not afraid of her anymore. This is the truth. So you was the one having motion first, but all of a sudden, Ice Spice is holding you back and holding you down and making sure you don't pop off when y'all are in a completely different genre of music. I find that to be interesting. I think you've done everything to hold yourself down because you be coming out telling fucking lies. But that's just where we're going to go from here. What she say? By the way, guys, don't worry about the hate I'm getting because the only people hating on me are the Barbs. So now she's taking shots at the Barbs, which, you know, that always gets a rise out of people. Who I don't give a flying fuck about. She says Nicki Minaj is also evil and the Barbs hating don't even know that Isis only used her for a feature. Well, we do know Nicki Minaj came out a few days ago talking about users on her Queen Radio on Station Head and started denouncing people and saying if you weren't on Pink Friday 2, you're not a heavy on it artist. I don't give a fuck who you are. If you ain't on that album, it's curtains for you. Right? And people have been telling me that piece, that little rant she went on, was aimed at Ice Spice. It was aimed at JT because allegedly JT turned down signing to Heavy on It the same way Ice Spice did. And there's some other writers behind the scenes that were on Heavy on It that have wrote and produced for other artists that may not have been on her album. She's also letting it be known that they're gone as well, even though they never had an opportunity to take off with her in the first place. Furthermore, she says that's why she attacked Latto too. Latto has always been her biggest nightmare and competition. So I'm guessing she's talking about the beef between Latto and Ice Spice. She says Latto's her biggest nightmare and competition. She was jealous of her for years because Latto is who Isis was pretending to be. She purposely used Nicki so she could get a feature and surpass Latto. And she used Nicki and the Barbs to do so. But keep defending her, Barbs. Again, all of this so-called tea is something that anyone could come up and conjure. So I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I don't think Ice Spice has come out and spoken about any of this. Her team is probably advising her not to, whether it's true or not. Baby Storm says Latto rose to fame because of her talent and talent only. Isis rose to fame because she sold her soul. What do you mean by that? She knew she would never have a fraction of the amount of talent Latto has, so she attacked her on purpose to get a Nicki feature so the Barbs would turn on Latto. Now, this is where I say this is some horse shit. Because to my understanding, the way that everything played out, the Latto Ice Spice beef actually took place after the Nicki collabs, right? Nicki and Latto already had their issue. Ice was doing whatever she was doing. They worked on the Princess Diana shit. And it was kind of just odd timing that she started dumping on or making little subliminals. And people started comparing them as well. But I could have swore Ice jumped on the Latto hate or started feeding into it after the fact. I could be wrong. I don't follow her close enough to know everything, the day everything dropped, the tweet when it hit the streets and all that shit. But she says it hurt her career because Latto is a rapper and they have the same fan base. But I'm no rapper, so the Barbs can't touch my career. They don't have the same fan base. That's an absolute fucking lie. I can't say that much. Their fan base is vastly different. Ice Spice's fans are primarily young girls, teenage girls. Latto's fans are pretty much grown women. white girls, and niggas that want to smash. All right. Nate says, what you mean turn on Latto? We've been not liking her before Ice even had an issue with her. Baby Storm says y'all stopped liking her after she stood up against Nicki because Nicki Minaj is evil and so are the Barbs. I'm not mad at what she's saying here, though. Latto did the right thing. She refused to sell her soul, and y'all turned against her because you think Nicki Minaj actually cares about you, but you're wrong. She used you guys to form an army so she can attack anyone who stands in her way. Latto is pure, and so is Megan Thee Stallion. And to her, the Barbs are not her fans. You are her minions. Holy. This is where she starts taking aim at Lil Nas X. So this is the outfit she had on for The City is a Graveyard. She also was wearing this outfit in the Target scene. We've got Lil Nas X here rocking a, the fuck is this, man? Like a Snow White dress or some shit. Somebody comes and tags Spice Storm, a fan, says this city is a graveyard, making a reference to, what's her name? To Baby Storm, saying that he's copying her swag, which we see him here. I don't know. I think Lil Nas X is good enough troll where he could have found that exact outfit if he wanted to, but let's just say this did happen, right? So her explanation of the situation is, Lil Nas X, I'm not even going to address you. Another clown-ass barb who tried to steal my identity. He stole TCIAG, The City is a Graveyard, look that I invented, and then used it to launch his new era. You invented that look? Okay. Looks like it was inspired by perhaps Carrie, but okay. He used it to launch his new era, J Christ, but he doesn't walk in light, which is why you can never be me. You use blasphemy to try to boost your sorry ass career, and that's why your career is finished. This screenshot is straight from his page. He used blasphemy to try to boost his career, which is an absolute fact. You tried to use racism to boost your career, which is an absolute fact, and we see where you are today. So I think the score is even. She's taunting the Barbs. We're going to skip that. She comes with more. She says, Lil Nas X was the first major celebrity to discover me all the way back in 2020. He came up to me in person a year ago telling me how big of a fan he was and that I shouldn't stop. It's because he wanted to keep stealing my original ideas and profiting. He also sent his producers to work with me so they could get access to my unreleased music. And he's done a lot more than that. Montero, the sad part is I actually genuinely supported you. You're talented, but you care about numbers and nonsense more than you ever cared about your art. And you do not walk in light. And that is exactly why you are where you are now. We don't see much light permeating off of you either. But hopefully you can weather the storm. She then puts out a screenshot saying, I'm sorry, I forgot to say this earlier, but I wanted to say that Dead Right Now and Void are literally my two favorite songs by you and helped me so much. You really made my whole week today. Thank you. Which this doesn't prove much of anything because we don't even see a response from the nigga. What does sending one-sided texts and DMs prove? This is why motherfuckers don't be believing you. Somebody said he never responded to you. Thank you. She says, no, he didn't, but I saw him in person again when I went to Doja Cat's show with ISIS a few months ago. The same ISIS you claim was not a real friend. We shared the same section. It was right after my Target flash mob. That was last year. He came up to me and asked, you good? In a condescending tone. I knew then that he was evil. I ignored him that day and never entertained him again. Well, if you've been out here accusing him of stealing your look, stealing your style, stealing your swag, stealing everything except the vagina you was born with, then what do you expect him to say to you? He's coming up to you saying, you good? Like, do you got a problem or do you got something you want to address with me since you see me in the flesh? If this ever happened. I don't see where evil comes into play if he just checked your temperature. She says, other artists can't speak up because they're scared and they're owned by record labels, but I'm independent and I'll always be. Nobody owns me except God. I'm shutting this pathetic ass industry down. You can't do that. You're not powerful enough to do that. I'm sorry. So then they start going into genocide in Palestine and all that, which I'm going to skip. She then says that these artists in the industry are scared to speak up. People are still mad at her about a Target flash mob. Again, she's trying to make it seem like she was in the right when she's calling, crying foul, howling to the moon. She says, nobody will ever lie on my name again. By the way, she keeps taunting the barbs. We're going to skip all the fluff. She then comes and takes aim at Billie Eilish in this photo. She says, and by the way, if any artist was trying to profit off genocide, it's your fave, Billie Eilish, performatively wearing a Palestine pin to the Met Gala and then hiding her face in Starbucks the very next day. But I was the performative one, right? For the record, ever since October 7th, I never went to Starbucks or McDonald's again. And I boycotted Apple too because of the Congo. Your fave artists don't give a flying fuck about Palestine. My actual best friend is Muslim, and profiting off of genocide was the worst narrative the internet ever created about me. I don't give a about Target, but I do give a about Palestine and Congo and everywhere else that's hurting. The U.S. will pay for their crimes. This ain't my battle to weigh in on right now. But she's trying to throw Billie Eilish under the bus and make herself look better, which, how'd you get this photo? Did you take it? Or is this something that was floating around online? She says, and any artist who wants to challenge me can get in the booth and pick up a pen. Your pen versus mine. I don't use writers like the rest of you fake artists. I'll go toe-to-toe with all of you because unlike y'all, I'm actually a real artist. But your music is not good. And how you gonna battle people in a totally different genre? She says, luckily for me, I keep all my receipts and I see everything. More people will be exposed, but not today. Your day will come. You know who you are. BET wanted to interview me after all these years of me calling them out for only highlighting black people in hip hop. But they wanted to talk about Target. I told them I'm not interested. I'm not doing any interviews or going on any platforms. Nobody will profit off of me. Will you? And BET doesn't just highlight artists in hip hop, they highlight artists in R&B. So, but you want them to highlight black punk artists, black rock artists, I understand. We're going to skip over this again. You're trying to use Palestine to make yourself look like a good person. She says, also, the company that is holding the city as a graveyard hostage has 7 days to give me my song back or I will expose you all too. Name by name, this company has been stealing my money and will not give me my song back. I will not stay quiet. Give me my song back at Stream Cut. So now she's saying someone else is the problem. You probably signed a distribution deal directly with Stream Cut, which is why you can't get your song back. And they're not going to give your song back if you signed a distribution deal with them. You say they taking your money. Have they not paid you? If that's the case, you need to get your legal team in order instead of taking to Twitter. Now, in the midst of all of this, she wants to come out and promote her music. Sound familiar? She then keeps going at Nicki Minaj. I'm going to kind of skip some of this because YouTube been kind of flagging me on different content. Like when people start talking about essay and stuff, but we know she's going at Nicki and her husband. She says Nicki would trade every one of y'all for a pack of peanuts if given the chance. Keep embarrassing yourselves. She says, Nicki, I know you're watching me, but your evil tricks and minions will not work on me. Just know that I know you're watching. Why? Why would Nicki give two fucks about you? Nicki don't give a shit about Ice Spice. Why she care about you? Here she goes. She finna jump into the shea butter waters too. She says being a dark-skinned woman means being the most hated. Luckily, I don't give a F about none of y'all. I care about my supporters and my supporters only. So now you come out, you shit on everybody that you want to in the industry, and then you play the dark-skinned card. Now, I will say Colorism is a real thing. I think that a lot of people are affected by it. I'm not even going to discount the fact and say that you aren't. But to play that card, to pull that card in the midst of you pulling this card on all of these people in the industry to try to get some clout for yourself, that's nasty work. That's all I'm going to say. She keeps going. ISIS never gave a fuck about Palestine. She thought y'all were fucked up for posting the dying children. This was in February. I first told her about Palestine in November. When I told her, she said, oh, well, bro, bad things happen every day. She says, I'm the one who tried to educate her and get her to speak up, but she never did. And y'all never demanded her to because she benefits from colorism. I don't think nobody wanted to hear Ice Spice talk about what's going on over there. We don't expect her to be very intelligent or informed about that. This is the same girl that says poopy in her music. A grown woman using the word poopy would never be expected to speak about genocide going on overseas. She thought I was wrong to fight for them because they wouldn't fight for me. The night of the Super Bowl, she was too busy hanging out with Taylor Swift, another person who doesn't care about Palestine, and she called me while I was on live to try to get me to stop talking about it. A lot of you people are defending a monster. This was the day after my birthday. Why would she not be hanging out with Taylor Swift? Am I going to hang out with Taylor Swift? Or am I going to hang out with you? I don't even listen to Taylor Swift. I'd have been hanging out with her ass at the Super Bowl. What the hell you talking about? Here we go back to the second phone. I got two phone. Hey, you okay? Yes. How are you? Good. Checking. Good. Just checking. I saw you talking about mad topics on live. She says, yes. Have you seen what's going on? Things are so sad. It's not even funny anymore. This world is so depressing. She says, with the homeless people rules, she said that too, but that's the least worst of it. Basically, everyone is talking about Palestine right now because there was a crazy bombing during the Super Bowl while the Super Bowl was going on. If you saw it, you would literally cry. So many kids killed, literally mutilated. People are so depressed and hopeless right now. It's sad. She said, it's really disturbing how they're posting dead kids too. It's really beyond anything you could do, to be honest. Just try to focus on the good in the world. You can't help everyone. I can see where Baby Storm may have felt, I don't know, like she was undermining her a little bit. I also don't necessarily see anything wrong with what Ice Spice is saying, because what is she really gonna do? Even using your voice in certain situations ain't gonna change the situation. So I understand where both of them are coming from in this. If this is even Ice Spice talking to her, I gotta keep saying that. She says, and by the way, I'm not reading any of your comments. So anyone talking about me, I don't see it. Keep going. I love it. Clearly you do, because this is what you do. She says, I want all the smoke. I will die behind my cause. I know a lot of y'all don't know what that feels like. She then comes out and starts challenging other artists like Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift, and others to speak about Palestine. She says, unlike your favorite artists, I have never done drugs. I tried weed for the first time at 22 and don't even smoke that anymore. Can't fuck with my pretty and educated head. Here she she alleges that Nicki Minaj is addicted to the coke and the perks. Well, it's crazy. She's still going today. Just 2 hours ago, she says, Barbs, there's a reason Nicki told your dumb asses to stay in school and pick up a fucking book. I know a lot of y'all are illiterate, but educated is spelled educated. It's an adjective. An adjective is a word used to describe things. Here's the official definition. She says, and I know I don't need to say this, but nobody is part of a cult. I believe in God, and I don't believe in religion. The only religion I truly respect is Islam, although I'm not Muslim. There were some people out here saying Baby Storm was trying to get people to join a cult. I don't know that to be true. I didn't see it, but I have seen people saying that. She says, I love being pretty and dark skinned and perfect. right. Here we are. She keeps going. Somebody say, you finna speak about Beyonce next. She says, no, I won't, because Beyonce is a victim to Jay-Z. Here, whoa, wow. Telling y'all, man, this girl is clout chasing. I'm gonna go ahead and take this off the screen. I know we shouldn't have been here for an hour talking about this shit, but y'all know I like to break this stuff down. So that's what we did. We broke it down. Had people coming looking for me yesterday, like, hey, you see what's going on with Ice Spice and this girl Baby Storme? Yes, I do. I had other shit going on yesterday. I had to support my friend. It was his birthday. We had a good time hanging out. Sometimes I do have to do other things outside of YouTube, so please give me some grace. But I'm glad that y'all were looking for me. And I'm glad that we're back on track. And we're going to have some more content dropping later today. Again, I don't know if these two girls are really friends. I don't know if those text threads were actually Ice Spice talking to Baby Storme. But we at least know they have a couple of pictures they've taken together. She alleges she's met Lil Nas X through Ice Spice. She claims that she somewhat knows Cleotrapa and Riot. Apparently, Ice Spice and Riot came to her house and spent time out at her crib in 2021 to try to get their music careers started. She says trying to piggyback off of what she had going on because she went viral on TikTok. But clearly, being viral on TikTok didn't give you the motion you thought you had. Okay? It's up to y'all to inference and let infer and let me know what y'all have deduced from these interactions. Do you believe any of this to be true? Do you think that this is a real childhood? Well, I can't say childhood friend because clearly Ice Spice used to be the bully according to her. Do y'all think all of this stuff is real? Do you think that she was literally just reaching for clout? I'm sure y'all think I shouldn't have spent the hour on this shit, but I wanted to go through it because she's letting the chopper sing on so many different people all at once. I'm like, I gotta cover it all. I got to. I'll keep my my ear to the streets to see if more comes out. I'm sure this won't be the last time we hear of Baby Storme. Every year since 2022, she's been coming out trying to find a controversy to launch her music on the back of. Once calling out racism in 2022 at Citibank. 2023, she called out racism at Target. 2024, she's going at Ice Spice, saying that she's a colorist and that she was never her real friend. She's letting it go at Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift, Billie Eilish, Lil Nas X. Then she comes out and starts promoting some music that she's finna drop next week. What that look like to y'all? Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit the post notification bell for all updates. I will see y'all on the next one. We got some more comment dropping very shortly. So just make sure your shit is on. And we're going to be right back in just a few. All right? Much love and respect. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Peace.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rag. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more than survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some boundaries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far to be humble.